This is Call of the Sea. I have not played it before, but it's actually getting some really good positive attention from reviewers during a time when almost everyone is talking about a different game. I don't want to talk about that game right now. I want to talk about the weird little indie games that might slip under the radar and people might miss because all anyone wants to talk about is the big expensive monstrosity. So let's get into here. And yes, I do want subtitles. And let's get going. This is a loading screen. Is that what Cthulhu speak sounds like? Nora? Wait.
What? What was that?
Is that me?
What are those voices?
Wait. Oh, I'm in the game. Hold on a second. I have to fix my y-axis. And I also have to... I'm going to bring down the volume a little bit. I had it up because I thought there was going to be dialogue, but there was not very much. Okay, so I'm drowning, I suppose? Or maybe dreaming. I'm not sure. I sure swim slowly, though.
Where am I?
This looks really nice.
I know this place. I've been here before.
Wait, why is there a clock? I feel like I can hear it ticking in the background.
I've been here my entire life. I'm trapped in here.
Definitely dream sequence. Okay, everyone, hold your breath.
Stairs. I'm climbing these stairs again. I need to get out. The voices are calling me. My old music box. It's broken. I have to fix my old music box. I have to get it. I have to... Those horrible dreams again. I've had them repeatedly ever since my mother died and left me that music box in her will. Harry always said that old family heirloom had something to do with my family's strange disease. If the doctors won't give us an answer about your illness, I'll search for one myself, you said. And in that search, it seems you lost yourself. I don't think I'd ever...
Pardon me, madam, but the island is in sight. We'll be lowering the boat in just a minute.
Oh, thank you so much, Captain Hodgson. I'll be right out. All right. Time to gather my things.
My mottled skin makes me look like I'm sort of part giraffe.
Oh, I'd better cover up my hands before I leave the cabin. I wouldn't want anyone thinking I'm a circus freak. I received a mysterious package at my house. I stored all its contents in my locked suitcase.
So the tank said while I was swimming underwater and listening to a ticking clock, says that this is how Captain Hook's nightmares start. And then complimented the Bioshock-like art style. So I think, yeah, so the era, the fact this is sort of a period piece, does make it sort of remind me a little bit of Bioshock. But, I mean, sort of the warm lighting and stuff like that, there does give it a different sort of vibe. Are you hearing the dialogue okay?
Ah, the amazing adventures of Nora Everhart, art teacher.
Oh, yes, I love that I'm an art teacher. Ooh, I could read all of this. Or we could play a video game.
Merveilles de Mer du Sud. Marvels of the Southern Seas, I think.
It doesn't literally say the Seven Seas. It says Marvels of the South Seas. Whatever.
What was I thinking when I brought all these dresses on this trip?
Okay, looks like I'm probably good to go.
I've still got to pack up a few more things.
Maybe this?
I think I've overpacked.
What am I missing? What have I not interacted with yet? Looked at the dresses. I've read that note. Oh, what's
After
this?
spending so much time reading this book, I think I've learned a thing or two about Polynesian culture.
Okay, so I am in the South Pacific.
It's not exactly a clawfoot tub, but you can't always get what you want.
Oh, this is where I wash? Okay, cool. Anything over here?
I'm definitely going to miss this bed. Falling asleep to the ship's rocking was delightful. I've still got to pack up a few more
What
things.
have I not found? I am going to be bad at this game. We can already tell how bad I'm going to be at this game because I cannot figure out... Oh,
It's a relief that I don't need it to walk anymore.
okay, now I'm just going to talk about that, Kane. What have I not done? What have I not done? I mean, do I need to do something with this note?
I received a mysterious package at my house. I stored all its contents in my locked suitcase.
Okay, it gets darker as I zoom in. Okay. It's actually lit. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So that tells me about the suitcase and... Oh, what's this? Sweet.
I love this song. Oh my, I have the worst memory. I forgot the combination again.
How is it?
Thank goodness I always bring my journal with me to write things down.
My journal. Okay. Does it say? Oh, there we go. 506. That's actually pretty clever. Like having a combination that's naturally occurring in a photograph. And then you just say, hey, this is important, but you don't say why. Nice way to remember a password. Oh, wait, there's a button. Ah! Push the button.
All right,
go.
now it's open. This strange and sharp relic came in the package I received at home.
It's an ancient X-Acto knife.
This strange and sharp relic came in the package I received at home.
Nice. Oh, look at the subtleties in this, like, shader. Like, you can see, like, the light playing on it, off it in different ways in a pattern along the back of the blade. That's pretty cool.
Harry Everhart, my husband, my partner, and my dear old pal. A brass key with the letters CW engraved on it, and some enigmatic instructions.
74 miles east of Otaheite. Take that with me, and...
I saw this island in one of my unsettling dreams. I drew it as soon as I woke up.
Looks kind of like a key, too. Alright, no sweaters, though.
Okay,
You're
Nora.
all
From
set,
here on
madam.
out, you're on
The
your own.
motorboat is ready.
Hooray, achievements!
Lower the motorboat. Be careful with Mrs. Everhart's equipment, lads.
Yay, quests!
We'll be back to pick you up in 3 days. I really hope you find your husband there, madam.
I hope it too. I'll see you in 3 days then.
I think the Raw Fury logo is pretty
Please
interesting.
be careful on that island. You know what the legends say about it?
I'll take care. Thank you, Captain Hudson.
They make it out of big block letters, so they can treat it like it's a window that you can look at other things with. So they were able to put sort of a, a scene from this game in the logo for Raw
In the
Fury.
middle of the ocean after traveling across half the world. Just miles away from where my husband is supposed to be.
The studio I first worked
You
at,
left
Amaze
a year
Entertainment, had a
ago to
similar
search for
logo.
a cure for my affliction. Your letters kept me close to you, but suddenly they stopped coming. What happened, Opal? What did you find?
Love that she calls her husband Old Pal. That's
Whatever
adorable.
It was, it led you to hire a crew and set sail from San Francisco to Tahiti. And from there to this place, an island in the middle of the Pacific that the locals refuse to even name.
Amor Lingua is giving me crap for...
Everything is familiar. So familiar. As impossible as that may sound. Is this the island I dreamed about?
Is giving me crap for...
This can't be a
Oh, wait,
coincidence.
never mind. For talking about logos over the dialogue. Or were you saying that you like the logos over the dialogue so there's something for us to listen to while we're looking at the logos instead of just stopping everything to look at the logos? That's probably what you're saying. And yeah, I agree. Also, that was a great title. Up there against the hazy backdrop of this, like, whatever this huge structure is that I'm looking at. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Journey. Like, you see this huge, tall mountain
A
in the distance.
breathtaking, idyllic island, surrounded by deadly reefs and protected with stakes to keep anybody from entering. Why?
Not effectively protected with stakes.
There's definitely something strange about this place.
Yeah, they're very clear about where they want me to go. It's like, this is the direction. The mystery is this way. So Vold689 says, interesting game we got here. I agree.
Okay, Harry. Let's see if I can find any trace of you around here.
It's actually really difficult. Like if you're making a game that the whole point is for the player not really to know what's going on and to sort of discover it over time. It's hard to find the right way to start to intrigue the player, to not just tell them up front what's going on, but make them feel enticed forward. There are a lot of games that fail at that, right? A lot of games that they're sort of in this genre where they're mostly about storytelling and a mystery and create a certain kind of atmosphere, but they start you so slow and they start you with so little going on that and so few really enticing hints about what's up ahead of them that it's very easy to lose the player. But this giant mystery key out in the horizon has definitely got me feeling like, oh, I've got a direction to go.
I'll leave my things in the boat until I find somewhere to camp.
All right, so I could go deeper into the island, or I could go off the beaten track a little bit. Years of playing video games.
So somebody was on this island recently.
Years of playing video games has taught me that I should go off the beaten track.
A miniature va'a, a Polynesian outrigger canoe. Beautifully crafted, too.
So she's talking a lot, which is good. I mean, I think that if I was playing this by myself, it would be comforting and engaging to have this person talk to me all the time. Problem is, I'm trying to talk all the time because I'm streaming the game, and so she and I are going to keep competing with each other, and maybe that's going to be weird. Sorry about that.
A note written in French. I only understand two words, île and mort, island and death.
I know a little bit of French. I don't know what quiconque means. Quiconque? Yeah, I don't know what quiconque means. Lire might be related to the word for reading. So maybe it says something, it says these words. Ces mots means these words. Nous avons profané, we have profaned cette île pour n'y trouver les morts. We have profaned this isle, this island, for not finding death, something like that. I think I'm not reading it quite right. Oh, you can't even see it. What am I even doing? Oh, get out of here, you idiot. There's the French. So anyway, yeah, so it says something like that. We've profaned this isle for something, not finding death there. Something like that. Interesting.
It must be a warning about the dangers of the island.
Okay, so this...
I feel quite good. I dare say I might even walk a little faster than usual.
what a weird way to justify getting me to sprint. Okay, so I assumed that running forward was going to be the answer, but so you're seeing me here being indecisive about which way I think is the right way to go. So I hit a tutorial in there, which made me think, oh, maybe that's the right way to go, which means that I need to go the wrong way. Going the wrong way first is always what you want to do in a video game because you'll see more content. You'll find hidden collectibles. There's all kinds of good reasons to go the wrong way first. Maybe it would have put that sprint notification anywhere I went off that beach, though. Maybe I would have gotten it over here. Let's see.
It may look peaceful, but clearly somebody wants to keep outsiders off this island.
All right, yeah. So I think maybe the intent, well, the expectation was...
From what I've read, the Polynesians don't need doors. So why build such a big one?
You know, as doors on
These
mysterious
wooden figures are called
islands
unu.
go...
This seems to be telling a story.
As doors on mysterious islands go, this is not a big door. I've seen King Kong movies. This is not a big door. They seem to be telling a story about what? I don't know. Looks like some guys are moving to the left. And these guys are holding still. Or maybe are they holding spears or are they jumping up? Huh. I don't know what any of this means. I assume I can't interact with any of this? Oh, I can.
Well, that did something.
So now I'm thinking, which way is the right way to go?
Something's missing here.
Huh. Okay. You know what this art style actually reminds me of? Not BioShock. This kind of reminds me of, like, Torchlight. Of just, like, everything's sort of big and chunky. And almost outlined. What? Oh, what? Nora? What?
What? Someone carved my name in the back of this unu.
That's kind of clever, actually. So there's things to interact with up here. I come here and I interact with them. I turn around to go back, and then I see English letters over here. And it catches my eye. That's pretty clever level design.
A carving tool.
Ah, don't... No, you'll put your eye out, Nora. Don't do that.
This box. CW. Those are the initials on the brass key.
There it goes.
It opens it. So whoever sent me this key was here.
Okay, so... There's a place where I can find a twirly thing to put on that puzzly
This
place.
is starting to look like a scavenger hunt.
It looks like it was a place with tiles. Let me look at that thing again. Actually, can I keep that thing? Okay, so it's someplace with, like, bricks on the floor. It looks like a floor to me because there's rocks sitting on it. So I'm assuming these are bricks on a floor, and there's a hidden thingy that will help with this puzzle somewhere in there. And, I mean, that could also be a wall with stuff sticking out of it, but I don't see a brick wall around here any more than I see a brick floor, so... So maybe that cave that I almost went into, maybe that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh, these places are made of stone, though. Let's... I don't feel like I see a spot that looks like that image. There are definitely bricks on the ground, though. Does my journal have that image in it? Okay, it does. So, it looks like there's a place with 2 rocks, a bunch of bricks on the ground. So if I, like, stand here? Could this be one of the rocks? It doesn't really look super familiar. It doesn't look like this is this probably isn't it. I'm definitely not seeing any interactive rocks around here, so let's just say this is an oh wait, but this is familiar.
An offering of mother of pearl, quite valuable for the Polynesians.
Let's look at that again. This rock is not quite that rock. It's close, but not quite. Let's keep going. Oh, interesting. So they decided that pulling the trigger would be the way to run, but I just clicked the stick, and that also runs. So even though they'd prefer for me to use the right trigger for that, they set it up so that, even if I did the thing that I would normally do in other games, it would still work. Oh, games that don't let you step off short ledges drive me crazy. I understand that why they would do it. I mean, it certainly makes the game a lot easier to test if players can't get into weird places. If you absolutely control where they're allowed to walk, it makes things so much easier. And so if you've got a small team and you're making a game that isn't really about acrobatics, then it's a reasonable move to make, but it can also feel frustrating.
Those markings seem to represent the sea. I'll make a note of them in my journal. It might come in handy.
Okay. So that's all this was. This is just a window. Okay, so maybe the solution to the puzzle was back there somewhere. I don't see anywhere else to go that's got sort of a brick floor. Well, this might just be a stream where everyone gets to watch Jeffrey not be able to solve a puzzle, which is, we've done those streams before. They've been, fun-ish. Can I go in here? Nope. Got all these little bundles. What am I missing? I keep imagining that maybe, these rocks that are covered with like these wreaths of reeds, maybe these had flowers on them at one point. And so wait, why can't I? Okay, here we go. I'm having trouble figuring out how to control this journal. So I left and right on the D-pad is some navigation, but then I can also tab. Oh, I can tab between notes and log. So log is the story of my exploration on the island, and notes is like my puzzle notes. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I know what this is about yet. Huh. Oh, I missed this spot. Okay.
What a lovely flower offering.
So let's remind ourselves what this looked like. Okay, so if I want the rock in the big rock in the foreground on the right, the little one in the background on the left. So foreground on the right, background on the left, and it should be over here. There we go.
Well, look what's hidden here.
A giant mushroom. Cool. It's so funny that I didn't even see that place. Greeting Scar says, the flowers are so fresh. Yeah, that is kind of ominous, isn't it?
It works.
Oh. So I like how they've sort of thought through how this machine would work. Basically, you crank up these two counterweights, and then the counterweights pull up the door. I just wanted to quickly... Ah! This was a suggestion from Greeting Scar. Ah! Nice. Appreciate that, Greeting Scar. That was Kind of reminded me of, was it Dead Space 2? That had a scene like that. You stab yourself in the eye.
This may be the first time I trespass a private property. My childhood in Newburyport wasn't exactly the most thrilling thing.
Okay. I keep just thinking that everything that's not nailed down I should just pick up. Maybe it's the fact that I've been playing Cyberpunk lately, and everything that's not nailed down you do pick up in that game.
Is that Harry? Harry, you were here. You were here and I found you, damn it. Where are you now? Where is everybody? Where did you and all your crew go?
Yeah, I agree with the Tank. The Dead Space games in general are really cool.
Lady Shannon? That name sounds familiar. I'd better check my journal.
Lady Shannon. Check my journal, huh? Would that be in the log? Do I have to read? What? No. I'm not reading this. I'll read it later. Okay. So what is... Huh. Alright.
This reminds me of those slot machines that Harry and I saw at the Atlantic City Pier. But a Polynesian version.
Huh. Okay, so what are my symbols? Okay, there's a lot of possible symbols here. Some spiky things, kind of some diamondy things going left, some arrows going right, a crown, a wave, a goalpost, and that thing was on the... Oh, whoa! Just a second, I just got a notification. The PlayStation 5 might be... Holy crap. Available... Oh, but I didn't get the protection plan. Don't care. Oh my gosh. No! No! I immediately followed it, and then the place that it went out of stock. Dang it! In that time, from the time I got the notification, clicked it, got there, hit buy, they ran out of stock. Okay, whatever. Fine. You know what? I've got my Series X. I'm playing on a Series X right now. I'm lucky that I had special access to a Series X because I work for Microsoft. I'm not going to complain. You know what? Sony, go ahead and sell those consoles to all the scalpers you want. It's fine. I've got what I need right here. So, what was I doing? Okay, I was going to look at my journal. Okay, so... Yeah, so I've got this symbol. There were like 3 of them, right? In the water? I don't know if that means anything. I didn't take notes. Like, I was thinking maybe those, like, little storytelling wood pillars might have... I mean, they had, like, arrows and things on them. But... I feel like if...
bridge? That doesn't fit in with Polynesian traditions either.
I feel like if the patterns on those story things were important, I probably would have put them in my journal. So... Let's go up this path, see what we find here.
It's been years since I took such a long walk. This fresh air is doing me wonders.
So it sounds like I've been sickly a lot, and then coming out here has made me not sickly? It's interesting.
I can feel the air is denser here in this mangrove swamp.
They've got a lot of level tangled up in a very small space. Like, I don't feel like I'm going very far, but my path is not crossing over itself. So funny, I've become really accustomed to games just having like collectibles and things off to the side. This game does not appear to have any collectibles, which is fine. That's great. Please, thank you for not just feeding into that sort of sick part of my psyche.
Rays of sunlight shining through. Another symbol.
Okay, yeah. So we've got the crown here. So is there going to be some kind of elemental thing going on? Like I saw those little 3 curlicues. I saw those in the water, and the crown is made of sunlight. Is that gonna mean something? Does the shape of this in general mean something? I don't know. What do you bet there's some sun? Yeah, there we are. Cool. Okay, so maybe what I'm going to have to do is find examples of all these symbols, figure out what...
And I thought Colorado was too far from home when we moved there. Now that I've crossed half the world, I wouldn't mind crossing the other half. But I have to do it with you, old pal.
So I'm betting I'm going to find interpretations for all those symbols, and then there's going to be a combination that's made out of their interpretations. Something like that. Let's go up here. So the style of this game reminds me a lot of, not quite The Witness, because the story, the puzzles aren't that sort of discrete, but I've heard people compare this to Myst, and that seems like an apt comparison.
This is so beautiful.
Ah,
What were these birds called? Lorikeets. Cole's lorikeets.
looks like we've got... Yeah, that's a familiar symbol right there. Hello, can I step on birds? No, cannot.
There are lorikeet feathers scattered around this unu. I'll draw the symbol in my journal.
Okay. So, that's the parakeet symbol. Cool. What else am I going to discover? And when am I going to meet Cthulhu? That's the real question. I can't go this way. Look at that shimmering water, though. It's like the edges of it. I mean, it's clearly cartoony water, but they also put, pretty compellingly realistic sort of like lighting shimmers on it. So it's this weird combination of cartoony and realistic art. Like basically the lighting feels really natural, but the shape and color and texture of everything feels sort of elegantly simplistic. Oh wait, am I?
A shortcut. That's convenient.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. Thank you, level designer. Oh, this is this place. I went all the way around? Whoa, okay. I felt like I was on a path that was bending back over itself, but I thought I was like getting tangled into knots. I thought I was like spiraling around. This is not where I'm going. I'm not going this way. I felt like I was spiraling around like a game of, like a failed game of Worm or Snake or something like that. But I was actually going around in circles. Oh, okay.
Harry said that he would go to the end of the world to find a cure. And by the looks of it, he wasn't lying. We promised we'd never lie to each other from the moment we started dating, no matter how harsh the truth.
So I wonder what triggered that dialogue. So as somebody who's done, level design and mission design before, I always have to ask myself these questions. Was that just timing? Was it just a certain amount of silence and I would make a general comment that sort of fits into wherever I happen to be? Or was that triggered by opening that door and then passing through the central area of the the central starting area again? Okay, so I've got these symbols. Problem is, I'm learning their interpretations, but I don't see a key anywhere. I don't see anything telling me what order to put these things in. So clearly there's more places I need to explore. So I originally followed this path. I think it might have branched somewhere. Let's look. The tank says that this game feels like she's seeing it as a memory. whereas some of the details are sharp and realistic, and other details are glossed over to her. That's an interesting way to think about it. Like, yeah, that if this game is meant to feel a little bit sort of dreamlike, like like the haze of memory, that using sort of this, like I said, this sort of like elegant. I think cartoony feels like the wrong term. It's not cartoony. It's this kind of, it's this simple, sort of straightforward, chunky shapes and colors. Oh, waves?
This sort of pond is a Polynesian fishing technique. There's another symbol inside it.
Oh, is this the fish symbol, maybe? Yep. Yeah, I don't know how. I would love, actually. I need to talk to an artist so that I can find the right words to talk about this art style, because it's cool. Okay, so I've been here. I took a different route to get here, but I've been here, and then I came out this way. Did I come out this way? Is this the way I went back? Let's see if this is the Lorikeet clearing. Yeah, okay, yeah, so... And I went out that way. Is there another... Can I go this way? I don't think I can. I think this was like water and spikes, right? Yeah. Okay, so I got 4 of these. I need 5. What's the one I'm missing? So it feels like this area is probably Lorikeet land. Of course, maybe I don't need a specific pattern. Maybe, like maybe the combination isn't as simple as, or just isn't as precise as you have to have. Oh, that was weird. You have to have these 5 symbols in this order. Maybe you just need to have which. Maybe the question is more, which 5 symbols appear in this area? Maybe it's that simple, though. It wouldn't necessarily be realistic, because in the real world, it wouldn't be quite this thoroughly level designed where you know what's in and not in the accessible space. In the real world, all of this would be accessible. So if you just sort of climbed over a rock. So that would be kind of a strange way for it to work. All right, so we've got interpretations for the sun, the crown of the sun, the fish, the bird, the water. What else is there? Got this sort of diamondy thing. That doesn't have one, right? I got these spiky things. But what else do we have? Oh, the gold posts. You know, let's go back and look at those little story pillars. Greetings, Scar. It says, yeah, good luck accessing areas in the real jungle. Yeah, no, that's true. This I am benefiting from the fact that this place has already had paths carved out for it. I actually sometimes am sort of mystified by what it must have been like to come to even just like my neighborhood before it had all, bunches of trees have been chopped down, roads have been carved out. Like, it would have just been dense forest. Like, could you even have navigated that? In the place that is now my house and my driveway, where we're actually jackhammering up part of my driveway to do an addition to our house right now. And yeah, man, area's just gone through so many changes since before humans got here. All right, trying to see if is there an area. So this is where I saw the water symbols. So that's not likely to have something else. Where have I not gone? Like, could this guy be special somehow? What's crazy is I'm sure these stories mean something. Like, I'm sure that the artist who created it had a very specific meaning in mind when they made it. And I doubt I'll ever know what it was. Yeah, all of this stuff feels like it should be meaningful. But I'm just probably assigning that. McCoy asked if I caught the Mass Effect teaser. So I didn't even realize it was the Game Awards today. But then my sister started sending me these frantic texts saying, "Oh my gosh, Mass Effect! Mass Effect!" And so my sister actually had an idea for what they might be doing with Mass Effect that I liked so much that whatever they're really doing is going to be a disappointment to me now. She suggested that, what if the Mass Effect remaster that's coming out soon, what if the remaster has a different ending to Mass Effect 3? An ending that does not wipe away the Milky Way galaxy. And then Mass Effect 4 takes place in the Milky Way galaxy. And that really was Liara climbing up that snow-capped mountain or whatever. Because, because like Andromeda had to go to a completely different place with completely different characters, because that's how Mass Effect 3 ended. It ended with, everything being wiped away. I don't even remember exactly why or how, because it's been a long time. And because I was one of the players who was very disappointed in the ending. Because I loved the original Mass Effect, and Mass Effect 2 even more. Mass Effect 2 was freaking brilliant. It's still one of my favorite gaming experiences in my life. But yeah, it's like so I love that idea. I love the idea of using the remaster to sort of fix like sort of the one thing that was wrong with the franchise, and then to springboard off that ending with a fourth game. That is not what they're doing. Just cracking open a game that old and changing its ending. I don't know any team that would want to sign on to do that. That's just miserable work. So I don't think that's what they're actually doing. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think it's actually that. But I love that idea so much that now whatever they actually did, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed by. Greeting Scar. It looks like I probably missed something that Greeting Scar suggested. Greeting Scar says, what is above your head? Is there anything above your head? That is a good question. I have not been looking up. I have been looking around. So maybe I should look around in the sky. So the problem is, like, you saw early on in this playthrough, like, the area where I found that sort of little mushroom cap for the lever mechanism. I had walked right by it and didn't realize it was there. I'm probably doing that with something else. There's something I'm just walking right by. It's probably, like, an entire area. It's really obvious, and... what's up with this tree? Okay, I can't go over here. See, and so far, is that a tree? What is this? Oh, holy crap! Am I in a rib cage? Or something like no? Maybe? I don't know. This is now a creepy place. This is a creepy place. So far, each of the symbols, each of these sort of symbol interpretations has been in its own area. The water one was off in that, cave. The bird one was in this clearing. The fish one was sort of off to one side by the river. And the sun one had its own special clearing. So I am kind of expecting that because I'm so close to the lorikeet, I guess the sun and the fish were kind of close together, but because I'm so close to the lorikeet one, my assumption is that the fifth one can't be that close. It can't be right here, can it? But then again, there are so many. Wait a minute. So, oh, look at this. I just realized there are five little pillars on the top of this, and the second one is missing. It's not taking note of that. It's not taking note of that in my notes? But does that mean that the bird is number 2? Hold on a second. Yeah, all of these have different numbers of things broken off. And actually, yeah, it'd be weird if it's a numbering system, because sometimes we've got, like, that one's partially broken. Like this right here. This is... Which one is this? Oh, we don't have an interpretation for this one. Do we have any of the ones here that we've got other interpretations for? It looks like maybe not. That's kind of close to the water one, but not quite. Okay, so maybe there's a missing second pillar on that one. Maybe I can deduce this. Let's see what else there that we can glean. Let's look at the fish one. Okay, fish is missing number 5. So bird 2, fish 5. I'm surprised this isn't in my notes. Sun 1. Sun 1, bird 2, fish 5. Now I gotta get back to that cave. Seeing if there's... I can't go any deeper in here. Sun 1, bird 2, fish 5. Oh, good. Tank, thank you for writing that up for me. Tank is writing down what I'm saying so that I don't have to necessarily memorize it. I can check the chat. Oh. Oh, look at this.
What a beautiful mountainous landscape.
It was just sitting on the path right here. So, mountain 3. Is that mountain? Mountain 3. All right, mountain 3. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I know. Okay, mountain. So, which means probably it's water 4, right? It has to be water 4. Let's see if we can do this without checking the water. So, okay, so what was 1? 1 was sun. Sun was the crown. Then bird was number 2. Bird was the... What was bird? Oh, bird was the arrows, right. Maybe it's a feather or something like that. 3 was mountain. Mountain was a spike, so it's already on target. Water was the 4th one, and water was this guy right here. And then... Was fish the last one? Fish.
Well, I guess I hit the jackpot.
Yes! All right!
That's my ticket across the river then.
Nice! We did it, everybody! We did it!
Steady now.
The tank says Yahtzee! Which is perfect for having gotten 5 symbols to match. All right. What? What is that? Probably just a bird, right? Or just leaves moving? I'm sure it's just leaves moving. Nice. Chapter 1 is complete.
How long have I been walking? I've lost track of the time.
And here at the beginning of Chapter 2 is where we're going to take a break. So, that is Call of the Sea. It's really cool. It really does it reminds me of games like The Witness. Actually, the art style and everything is very similar to The Witness, but the puzzles are more sort of naturalistically built into the environment, though I guess The Witness does end up with the puzzles naturalistically built into the environment. You just don't realize it when you're first starting the game. But it's also got this, it's interesting how at the very beginning they start with this Cthulhu speak, right? And you get this, and you're on an island with big giant doors. It's evoking Kong, it's evoking Lovecraft, it's evoking all stuff, but the art is really cheerful and warm. And so it's like, I'm not sure how to feel a lot of it. Like, am I supposed to feel like I'm, skipping and gallivanting through the wilderness and going on a little pleasant nature hike? Or should I feel like there's a dark foreboding hanging over the game? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Promised Neverland, so for those of you who don't know, Promised Neverland is an anime. And I'm not going to tell you why this reminds me of that. Only that my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, had me watch the first episode with her as a practical joke, because it has a very cheery and pleasant vibe throughout 95% of the episode. And she was just watching me to see what my reaction was going to be. Anyway, that is Call of the Sea. That is chapter 1 of Call of the Sea. And it's really cool. I really like it. So yeah, I want to play more of this, but not right now, because we've got other games to go on to. So, subscribe if you want to, and maybe I'll put those other games over here. Or different games. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.